What just happened? I'm Dan. That is Xander. And today we're here to talk season 2, episode 1 of Silo called The Engineer. So it's back. I'm very excited that it's back. And before we talk about the episode, I'm just going to say for this season, I'm super excited to see what's going on in the main Silo, Silo 1 with Sims, Bernard, Martha, Gloria, Paul Billings, and Lucas. Lucas was a character that I really enjoyed last season. We got none of that this episode. Not really much happened. We're going to break it down, but yeah, what are you excited for this season?
I'm not going to give away anything from the trailer just in case no one's watched it, but there is a lot going on in the original Silo. So I'm pretty excited for that. But I did notice that probably 95% of the shots in the trailer for Juliet stuff are from this episode, which makes me think that they can almost not even show anything that she does past this episode because it's going to be very spoilery and exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure this episode was a nice, good setup. Kind of remind you like Juliet's very crafty. She's very good at what she does. Yeah. It kind of it felt like not really like a recap, but almost like a character recap for Juliet of an episode. And it was a nice like tension build. I really liked the fact that the whole episode I was waiting for someone to pop out from somewhere and like grab her or So it was entertaining, but not a whole lot happened, but I'm kind of okay with that because with these shows, especially streaming, the way they do streaming, it's been like 2 years or whatever since the first season came out. So you got to kind of slow roll back into it, get everybody comfortable, all that stuff.
Sometimes they do a multi-episode drop, and I'm surprised they didn't for this season because of how lackluster the first episode was. But I still enjoyed it. So there's some pieces in here that I want to talk about, especially the ending scene. I have a little small theory about that, and I know you have a theory as well. So yeah, let's just kick it off. So it starts off with the silo that she's in now. They were going through a civil war of sorts, right? And we see a kid running. And it said, engineering has a message from my dad. The generator will flood in 15 weeks, which we see it did flood because Juliet fell into it and she hates water. She can't really swim. So the silo is at war and, they start to fight. The objective was to keep Russell alive so he could talk. But we see he threw him off the ledge and he said his hand slipped or whatever. So that was funny. So they need an engineer. If it was around the time when Juliet, I thought that's what they were setting up. Like, oh, it's going to flood. We need an engineer. Here comes Juliet. But that's not what happened. It was way earlier because you see all of the dead bodies and, they are going to go outside. And then we see the flag he had was planted on the ground and Juliet walks toward it and it's all tattered at this point. So a lot of time has gone past, at least 20 years probably.
Yeah, decades for sure.
Have gone past and she's walking towards it and everyone's dead. There's just bodies everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
man.
An insane amount of bodies.
Honestly, surprised she picked that silo. I'd probably be like, I'm gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
I'll take my fucking chances. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It seemed like, dead bodies everywhere. I can't really decide. Let's keep, because at the end of the season 1, we saw their silos everywhere, right?
Yep.
They're everywhere. So yeah, I'm curious why she picked that one as well. Maybe she thought she was going to run out of time with her tape because she got lucky
oxygen.
Her oxygen. So let me just get inside and save my life right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So many people dead. She goes inside. And she's walking over all these dead bodies and bones. And then she's trying to pry the door open, the airlock door. And she uses her body weight and another sign of her, she's just smart. She knows how to stay alive. She knows what she's doing. So I think this whole episode was to prove that she's a really good character that thinks on her feet and a smart character, right?
Yeah.
So she gets inside and her tape started to come undone. And she starts to suffocate, actually. So she was running out of oxygen. And then she breaks her mask open, decontaminates herself. Is that what she did with that water?
Yeah, I think it was iodine. I was wondering what that was, but I'm pretty sure it was iodine. Or something just to decontaminate the suit.
And she rips the suit off. And there she is alone in an empty silo. We see it's not empty later. Yeah, it's in this silo is beaten to shit. The bridges are broken. There's shit everywhere. There's a flood. Like this, it's not looking good in the silo at all. I wonder if she makes it back to the other one. Do you think she will?
I have some theories. I'll save them for the end.
All right, save them for the end. Yeah, save it for the end. So then we get a flashback when she was a kid and she was working with recycling and she sees this toy and she's like, does Walker want this? Because they told her keep the good stuff for Walker. And she's like, oh, Walker doesn't like toys. And then she's talking to Walker and we find out that her mother unalived herself. We got to say that on YouTube. And that's crazy. I didn't know that about her. That wasn't ever talked about, right?
No, I think it was kind of hinted at in the first season, but you don't really know for sure because her dad kind of takes the blame, and she talks about how he wasn't really there for the mother when the son, was it her brother that died?
Yeah.
So I think she kind of blames her dad for like pushing her mom to that point because he wasn't really there. He just kind of became a more doctor-y person. Yeah.
I think the whole point of these flashbacks was to show the tragic story of her, and then there's a line that happens in just a couple of minutes that is like a key line that I think shows the point of this episode. But then, she sees a light, she heads to it, but the bridge is broken. So she's calling out anyone around, and then she pulls up a dead body to use the rope to try to get across to the other side. So smart, doesn't really work, She rappels down. She tries to swing to the other side, but she just doesn't make it, falls into the water and panics. We knew from last season she hated water. Remember with all that water shit with like the secret door?
Yeah. I don't think anyone would know how to swim.
Yeah,
in
that's
the silos.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
they
wouldn't
have
you know
a
how?
Body of water big enough for them to swim in? Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense. So she can't swim. She finds something to float on and she gets to the stairs. So she's like, all right, back to this stage. Let's try to figure out how to get across again. And then another flashback with her friend. And the line right here.
What else are you going to do? Die?
Was perfect because what else are you going to do? I got to try to find my way across this other side. Let's figure it out. Let's find a different way to figure it out, right? So I think that was the whole point of that. So she looks for a better way to get across the bridge. And she makes her own bridge with a pulley system, kind of a shitty bridge, but it does the job.
I was going to ask you a question really quick.
Yeah.
When the rope that she's swinging on, it snaps, she falls in the water, she goes back up and she picks it up and looks at it. Do you think someone cut it?
Oh, you think so?
Because she looks at it and she's like, what the fuck? And it's like kind of cleanly cut. Like it doesn't look like it like ripped and like from friction. So I'm wondering if there's someone else lurking around in that silo other than the guy behind the door.
Yeah, interesting. What do you guys think? Theorize below. We do theory videos based on your comments, so we'll probably do one after episode 2 when we get more meat on the bone. And we love doing those things. So comment below and you can get in future videos. We read your comments on screen and we shout you out. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, she makes a new bridge and it's very shaky. And it starts to break apart. And this time, she manages to jump across and grab the ledge. Success. She made it across. So what's on the other side? A bunch more broken shit. A bunch of more broken shit. This place is fucked. They went through Civil War. They had a mass exodus where a bunch of people died. Basically everyone, not everyone, because we see at least one person is alive. I have a theory on who that is. And it's just fucked up. She sees more dead bodies, and it's just a mess. So then she needs to make another bridge to get to the other side to keep going forward, basically. And that one was sick with how she did it with rolled
the barrels.
Across the barrels. Yeah,
man, and the way she like counterweights it so that it stays up so it can get across. Because I was like, man, if you just push that, it's just gonna nosedive, man. Yeah, she's crafty.
Yeah. Really crafty. I like that one a lot. And how her face when she like fell and was like, well, that worked. It was like, it was cool. So then she gets to that side and then she hears music. She goes to the music, still dead bodies everywhere. And then someone sees her. And she was trying to open the door. And he says, you try to open the door again and I'm going to kill you. Theory. Do you think that guy is the little boy that was carrying the note.
It's not the same little boy we see go outside, right? Yeah, the father is like, put him somewhere safe. So I'm assuming that's definitely who that is.
Yeah, I think so. And that would be a cool way to learn more about the silo. Obviously, he's not going to kill her. Hopefully, she can like talk him down and be like, look, listen, I just came from another silo. What's going on? Tell me how you're surviving. Where are you getting your food from? Like, why are you locking yourself into a door? Are there people here that are threats? Like you said, someone maybe cut the rope. Like, tell me what I should be dealing with here. So I'm excited to see what she does to further herself. If she sticks in the silo the whole time, maybe she helps fix it up. And I can't wait to see the main silo and what's going on with all those characters I previously mentioned. Like, I'm super excited to see Lucas because he was a great character at the end of season 1, and he might be in trouble, but not really because he helped her, but maybe they don't really know about it. But I'm so excited. What are you most looking forward to this season?
I'm really excited for the Juliet story. I think, so my theory is that she's going to talk to that dude, let him know that she's from a different silo, and eventually convince him to leave that silo and go to another silo.
Oh, shit.
That is what I'm thinking. And they're probably going to find a silo that is working very differently from the original silo so that she can go back and be like, they're kind of telling the truth, but also we could do things this way. So there's like a rebellion, but it's not to go outside. It's to reach. That's just what I'm thinking. But I definitely think that guy behind the door is a good character. I don't think he's going to be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because you're right. Because she knows that you can't go outside, but there are better ways to do things than to lie and delete history and everything they have done. Like it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a silo that sends people out on expeditions, like not to die.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, like gears people up and they go out and like are searching to try to find survivors or something along those lines. Yeah,
I like that. I mean, there's so many silos, so it's the possibilities are endless. So I think this place is kind of fucked that she's in right now. So I doubt she stays there the whole time.
No,
you know?
I don't think it'll. Maybe through episode 2, they'll leave episode 3. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah. So, all right, what do you guys think? Drop your theories below. Like I said, theory video coming after episode 2. So we like to get as many comments as possible, and then we read as many as possible. We react to them. It's a lot of fun. If you don't know, we're also covering From. We have 2 episodes left of From, so check that out. And then we'll be here again next week for episode 2 of Silo Season 2. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Peace.